When we picture a medieval executioner, we imagine a hooded figure with cold eyes and a sharp axe. But the real story? It's far more complex and far more brutal. Executioners were feared, hated, and needed. They carried out justice, but paid a heavy price, not just in blood, but in isolation, shame, and psychological torment. So, what was it really like to live as the one holding the blade? Let's step inside the grim world of the medieval executioner, where death wasn't just a job, it was a life sentence. No one dreamed of becoming an executioner. It wasn't a noble trade. You didn't apply for it. More often than not, it was forced upon someone. Sometimes criminals were given the option, be executed, or become the executioner. Others inherited the role, passed down like a curse through generations. And once you took the job, there was no going back. You were tainted. Executioners were necessary in a time where justice was public, gruesome, and designed to be a warning. But that didn't mean people respected them. They lived outside society, often barred from churches, markets, and even marriages. Being an executioner meant mastering the art of death in all its horrifying forms. Beheadings were just the beginning. Some jobs required hanging, slowly. Others meant burning heretics alive, or worse, the breaking wheel, where bones were shattered one by one. The executioner was expected to do it cleanly, but also publicly. Botching an execution could lead to riots, or your own punishment. They were given special tools, heavy swords for nobles, blunt axes for commoners, iron brands, chains, ropes soaked in pitch. Each one had a purpose, and a victim. The pressure wasn't just physical. Imagine the mental toll of killing again and again, while crowds jeered or cheered. When the crowd dispersed and the blood was mopped away, the executioner went home, alone. They were feared like monsters, treated as unclean. Even touching their clothes could be considered a bad omen. They lived outside town walls, often near cemeteries or slaughterhouses. Many couldn't buy land. Some weren't even allowed to drink in taverns. And yet, they were useful, protected by law, paid by the crown, given certain privileges, like taking the clothes of the condemned or keeping coins dropped at the scaffold. Still, no privilege could protect them from the crushing loneliness. They were the enforcers of law and prisoners of reputation. Executioners don't have statues. They don't get honored in ballads. Most didn't even get graves with names. But for centuries they were the hidden hands behind every king's justice. Their work shaped fear, obedience, and history. Ironically, as methods of punishment changed, from the gallows to the guillotine, then prisons, the executioner faded into legend. Today, we look back with horror, not just at the punishments, but at the people who had to carry them out. They weren't heroes, they weren't villains. They were just necessary. And that perhaps is the most tragic part.